Buckle up, because what just went down on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta makes the Kardashians look like they're hosting a knitting club. Forget scripted catfights or staged shade. This was raw, this was unfiltered, and this was the kind of showdown that leaves entire franchises shaking in their stilettos. Yandy and Rasheeda, two queens, two veterans, two women who practically built the house of ATL drama, finally went head-to-head in a clash that fans are calling the reality TV World War. And let me tell you, this wasn't your usual side-eye and fake hug moment. No, this was a full-on verbal demolition derby, with egos colliding like bumper cars at a state fair. Rasheeda came swinging with her boss chick energy, while Yandy clapped back with receipts, sass, and the kind of icy calm that says, "Try me if you want to." Social media didn't just react, it combusted. Memes flew faster than punches at a Bad Girls Club reunion, and fans had to choose Team Yandy or Team Rasheeda. No middle ground, no Switzerland here. This wasn't just a face-off. This was a throne battle. And trust me, the fallout is messier than a Real Housewives dinner party gone nuclear. When the history books are written about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, this moment will go down as the Big Bang, the instant the universe of petty, messy, jaw-dropping reality TV expanded into something so outrageous that even Mona Scott Young probably dropped her coffee. Because let's be real, for over a decade, Yandy and Rasheeda have been the respectable chaos coordinators. They weren't the ones throwing drinks every 5 minutes. No, they were the power players, the wives, the bosses, the "we're too grown for this nonsense" types. But apparently that calm exterior was just the eye of the storm. Because baby, when the storm hit, it hit like a Category 5 hurricane with receipts attached. So here's what sparked the fire: a leaked behind-the-scenes clip. Not the glossy, edited for TV footage you see on Monday nights. No, this was raw audio from a production mic, allegedly captured after cameras were supposed to stop rolling. In it, you can hear Yandy venting about Rasheeda's fake boss image. Her marriage to Kirk. Yes, we're still dragging Kirk in 2025, because the man refuses to retire from being messy. And even her fashion boutique, which Yandy allegedly compared to a Dollar Tree clearance rack with Wi-Fi. Now, you already know the internet is a graveyard of canceled careers, and once this audio leaked, the funeral invitations for Rasheeda's reputation went out fast. Twitter turned into an Olympic sport of dragging, with hashtags like Trace, Rasheeda, Dollar Tree, and Arjarsh Yandy said, what trending in less than an hour. But here's where it got nuclear. Rasheeda didn't stay quiet. Nope. She went live. Because in 2025, silence is deadlier than a clapback, and Rasheeda isn't about to let someone paint her as the queen of discount couture. She hopped on Instagram Live looking like she had been marinating in fury for days, and baby, she unloaded. According to her, Yandy was jealous. Jealous of her longevity, jealous of her businesses, jealous of her still-standing marriage. The irony of bragging about Kirk. But hey, that's Rasheeda for you. And you know the fans? They ate it up like free Chick-fil-A samples. Some were chanting Team Rasheeda, others swore Yandy was spitting facts like gospel, and the rest were just here with popcorn, tagging Shade Room to make sure no second of this went unnoticed. Now, let's not pretend this was some polite tea party disagreement. The way both women spoke, this wasn't the beginning of the beef. This was years of pent-up tension boiling over like your aunt's pressure cooker on Thanksgiving. Rumors started swirling that Yandy and Rasheeda had been secretly throwing shade at each other for seasons, but hiding it under fake hugs and Instagram collabs. Think about it. These women are veterans in a franchise where throwing a drink gets you a storyline, but they kept their claws tucked. Until now. So if this moment is the eruption, that means the volcano has been bubbling for years. And let's not forget the bystanders in this chaos. Mendices, Yandy's husband, allegedly told a blogger off-record that Rasheeda always tried to act bigger than she really is, which basically threw gasoline on an already blazing dumpster fire. Meanwhile, Kirk, bless his scandal-prone soul, couldn't resist chiming in. He posted a meme of himself laughing, captioned, "Not my name in it again. Kirk, my man, you've been the villain for half the show's existence. Maybe sit this one out." But nope, this is Love and Hip Hop. The mess multiplies. Within 24 hours, bloggers started claiming that this beef isn't just about shade, it's about money. Allegedly, there's been a behind-the-scenes tug-of-war between Yandy's management ventures and Rasheeda's boutique brand partnerships. Word on the street is that both women have been fighting for the same Atlanta sponsorship deals, appearances, and influencer checks. And when two hustlers clash over bags, somebody's weave is getting snatched, metaphorically or literally. Fans, of course, did what fans do best. They turned the scandal into memes. Yandy's Dollar Tree comment? Oh baby, someone photoshopped Rasheeda's pressed boutique into a Dollar Tree storefront and slapped Yandy's face on the grand opening banner. That meme alone probably cost Rasheeda 5 hours of sleep. And when Rasheeda clapped back about Yandy being jealous, fans edited side-by-side clips of Yandy crying on past reunion shows with the caption, "Jealousy loading." Now here's where the plot thickens. This wasn't just internet noise. Producers allegedly saw dollar signs flashing in neon. If you thought they were going to bury this beef to protect the brand, then you must be new here. No, the brand is the beef. Word is, Mona and the producers immediately told the editors, stretch this drama like it's spandex. Which means the little spark we saw? Oh, it's about to be turned into a season-long inferno. And let's be real, the fans aren't innocent either. They practically begged for this. For years, they've been saying, Yandy and Rasheeda are too perfect. Too boring, too businesswoman-y? Well, congratulations, you manifested the ATL Avengers of mess. Be careful what you wish for. Because this clash is shaping up to be the kind of storyline that makes producers cancel everyone else's contract. So what are we left with after round 1 of this Royal Rumble? A fandom split right down the middle, 2 veteran stars airing out dirty laundry that smells like it's been marinating since season 3, and a production team already plotting how to stretch this feud until ratings shoot through the roof. And trust me when I say this, we're just scratching the surface. Because if you thought the first reactions were wild, wait until you hear what happened when the entire reality TV universe, from Cardi B memes to Real Housewives shade queens, started weighing in. The second the footage of Yandy and Rasheeda's showdown hit the internet, the culture stopped breathing. Phones lit up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. Twitter went into cardiac arrest. TikTok teens who weren't even born when Love and Hip Hop first aired suddenly had opinions, edits, and conspiracy theories like they were eyewitnesses at the scene. This wasn't just television anymore, this was a full-blown cultural earthquake. Yandy's fans were busy sharpening their digital knives, calling Rasheeda outdated, washed, and the auntie who doesn't know when to sit down. Meanwhile, Rasheeda's camp was just as ruthless, dragging Yandy for chasing clout, acting brand new, and trying to turn ATL into Harlem. The insults were flying with the precision of a Nicki Minaj diss track, and nobody was holding back. And let's not forget the celebrity peanut gallery. K. Michelle popped up with her own brand of messy commentary, practically sipping wine while typing, "I've been told y'all the ATL girls don't play nice." Then we had Safari, who, instead of minding his business, decided to post a cryptic IG story of 2 lions fighting in the wild. Subtle, not at all. Necessary? Absolutely. But the internet didn't stop at memes and hashtags. Oh no, the creativity went nuclear. Someone edited the face-off into a Mortal Kombat clip, complete with "finish her" voiceovers. Another genius spliced Beyoncé's "Bow Down" into the argument, making it look like both women were auditioning for a world tour. The wildest part? The producers didn't even have to add dramatic music. Fans were already making their own soundtracks. One TikTok had Rasheeda's Shade replayed over the Game of Thrones theme, while Yandy's clapback was synced perfectly with Drake's Back to Back. Shakespeare himself couldn't write this level of petty poetry. Behind the scenes, the fallout spread like wildfire. Castmates were forced to pick sides. Sierra, always one to avoid confrontation, suddenly had to issue a whole IG live statement like she was running for political office. I love both of my sisters, but at the end of the day, the truth gon' come out? Girl, what truth? You just didn't want the Yandy hive in your comments. And here's where the story got even juicier. Whispers of contracts, favoritism, and off-camera power moves started floating around. Allegedly, and I mean allegedly because we don't need VH1's lawyers in our inbox, Rasheeda was accused of pulling rank with producers, demanding edits that favored her boss chick image. Yandy's team, however, was claiming the opposite, saying Rasheeda couldn't handle a new HBIC in town. That's when the narrative shifted from a simple clapback session to a full-on Game of Thrones storyline. We weren't watching Love and Hip Hop anymore. This was Succession, House of the Dragon, and WWE SmackDown all rolled into one. WWE SmackDown all rolled into one. And the fans? They were eating it up. Reddit threads looked like college dissertations. One fan literally mapped out every Yandy versus Rasheeda interaction since 2017, connecting dots like they were solving a Zodiac killer case. Another claimed Rasheeda's boutique was losing sales because Team Yandy was organizing a boycott. I don't know what's scarier, the beef itself, or how seriously the fans treat it like it's government policy. Meanwhile, memes crowned Kirk Frost the unofficial loser of the night. Because somehow every time Rasheeda's name trends, Kirk's scandals come crawling back from the grave like zombies. The man could be in hiding on Mars, and Twitter would still drag him into the storyline. And let's not downplay the business side of all this. With every viral clip, every trending hashtag, ratings skyrocketed. Producers knew exactly what they had: a golden goose that laid messy, scandalous eggs. Suddenly, spin-offs were being whispered about. Team Yandy versus Team Rasheeda merch? Already mocked up. Special reunion episode with no hosts, just them sitting across from each other like a red table talk with no table? Oh, the streets are ready. And in the middle of it all, Yandy and Rasheeda went silent. No IG lives, no tweets, no TikToks, just silence. And in today's world, silence is louder than any rant. Fans were refreshing their feeds every 5 minutes, like they were waiting for Drake's response to Pusha T. But then the leaks came. Screenshots of text messages, whispered audio clips, anonymous cast insiders sliding into gossip blogs like, "You didn't hear this from me, but..." Every drop of tea made the drama scald hotter. It wasn't just about two women throwing shade anymore. It was about loyalty, betrayal, and the very soul of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So here's the question: is this beef even real, or are we just extras in the producer's master plan? Because let's be honest, if this is scripted, give the writers an Emmy, a Grammy, and a Nobel Peace Prize for drama. When the dust started to settle, and by settle, I mean when fans finally stopped spamming every Instagram post with Team Yandy or Team Rasheeda, the aftermath of this epic showdown revealed just how seismic the impact really was. This wasn't just another El Chattel spat. No, this was the kind of clash that rewires alliances, reshapes reputations, and leaves permanent scars on the reality TV battlefield. For Yandy, the narrative quickly shifted. She was suddenly being hailed as the fearless disruptor, the truth teller who came to Atlanta not to play nice, but to claim her crown. Her name started trending alongside words like queen, boss, and unbothered. Fashion brands noticed. PR agencies called. Suddenly, she wasn't just part of the show. She was the headline. Rasheeda, though. She was dealing with a double-edged sword of being an OG. On one hand, her loyal fan base rode for her like she was Beyoncé headlining Coachella. On the other, the younger, louder internet crowd started calling her the old guard, the retired boss, and even, brace yourself, Love and hip-hop's Kris Jenner without the empire. Savage doesn't even cover it. And here's where it got even wilder. Rasheeda wasn't backing down. Instead of retreating, she doubled down on her boss chick brand, posting motivational captions about longevity, loyalty, and knowing your worth. Fans couldn't tell if she was speaking to Yandy, Kirk, or herself. Either way, it added more fuel to a fire that was supposed to be cooling down. Behind closed doors, the ripple effects were brutal. Castmates who had taken sides now had to live with their choices. Sierra's neutral act? Yeah, that backfired. Both camps started dragging her as fake Switzerland. Erica Mena, who thrives on chaos, couldn't resist inserting herself with cryptic shade, basically trying to turn the Yandy Rasheeda beef into her personal storyline. And the producers? Oh, they were counting stacks. Ratings hit their highest peak in years. The reunion special was practically written before the season even ended. Whispers of bringing in a third powerhouse to stir the pot, someone like Kimbella, or even a crossover from another Love and Hip Hop city, started circulating. Because let's face it, when two queens battle, fans start craving a challenger. The internet, of course, didn't let things cool down. TikTok edits turned Yandy's clapbacks into dance remixes. Twitter threads compared Rasheeda's resilience to that of Mariah Carey surviving decades of shade. Instagram meme pages crowned them both Drama Hall of Famers, like they'd just been inducted into the Petty Olympics. And while all of this was hilarious for us watching, the real-world impact was undeniable. Rasheeda's boutique traffic? Skyrocketed. Yandy's booking fees? Doubled overnight. Controversy isn't just drama and reality TV, it's currency. These women weren't losing. They were leveling up, one petty jab at a time. But here's the kicker. The battle didn't just divide fans. It reignited debates about what love and hip-hop really is. Is it about showcasing Black love and success stories, or is it just a gladiator ring for public takedowns? Some fans called it toxic, others called it iconic, but everyone agreed on one thing. Yandy vs. Rasheeda gave the show its juiciest arc in years, and the fallout extended beyond Atlanta. Cast members from New York and Miami started chiming in, dropping their own opinions. Picking sides like this was the Super Bowl. Cardi B stans even dragged her into it, tweeting, "This is giving Cardi versus Nicki energy." Nicki stans responded with memes, of course. Because no feud is safe from the barbs, the scariest part? Nobody knew where it would end. Would Rasheeda and Yandy squash the beef for the sake of the bag? Or would this become the next long-running saga, like Jocelyn versus literally everyone? The silence from both women was deafening, and the speculation was worth more than gold. By the time the reunion taping rolled around, fans were practically begging for security guards, folding chairs and fire extinguishers on stage. Every word, every glance, every shade-filled sigh became a moment dissected online like it was a Zapruder film. One fan even swore Yandy blinked in Morse code during Rasheeda's speech. Y'all, we've lost the plot. But here's the undeniable truth. Both Yandy and Rasheeda walked away from this mess bigger than before. Love them or hate them, they reminded everyone why they're still running ATL. They showed us that reality TV royalty doesn't fade. It evolves, adapts, and, when necessary, claws its way back to the throne. So where does the saga go from here? Nobody knows. But one thing's for sure. The crown is still up for grabs and the battlefield hasn't cooled. The war of words, memes, and shade isn't over. It's just loading the next season. Because in the love and hip-hop universe, peace isn't profitable. But drama? Drama is forever. And there you have it, family. The face-off that shook Love and Hip Hop Atlanta so hard, the cameras are still trembling. Yandy and Rasheeda didn't just argue. They gave us a reality TV thunderstorm, a Category 5 mess that made every reunion brawl look like preschool nap time. If chaos was an Olympic sport, these two would be standing side by side on the podium with gold medals, sipping champagne and throwing shade. But now it's your turn. Whose side are you on? Is Yandy the fearless queen claiming her throne, or is Rasheeda still the true boss chick of ATL? Drop your wildest hot takes down in the comments. And don't be shy. This is not the place for peace treaties. And hey, if this breakdown had you clutching your pearls, then smash that like button like it just owed you rent money. Hit subscribe like you're dodging Kirk Frost drama, and make sure those notifications are on, because the scandals here don't rest. They reload. Tomorrow's feud will be louder, messier, and even more meme-worthy, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. We don't do boring around here. We do shocking. We do outrageous. We do the kind of tea that makes tabloids look like children's coloring books. This has been your daily fix of scandal, sarcasm, and straight-up madness, served hot, fresh, and dripping with shade. Until the next meltdown, remember this. In ATL, crowns aren't worn. They're fought for. Welcome to Star Trek, where reality TV isn't just entertainment. It's war and baby. The battlefield is wide open. The battlefield is wide open.